I've had this map of Cookham for quite some time, and I thought it was about time to introduce it into my conversation. We started the last time talking about Whig's Cottage and it being an apartment or boarding house. Well, there are several others, one of which is Eastgate. Wisteria Cottage was also a boarding house or an apartment, as it was described in Kelly's many years ago. I also wanted to introduce another farm which was connected to Eastgate, and that's called Cookham Tithe Farm. Now, when you're looking at this map, you will note that the buildings in a red shade are the buildings in which people reside. The grey-coloured buildings are either barns, sheds, or some like oast houses, I was going to say, yes, and maltings. You've heard of the maltings, or malt house, because there was a small brewery operating in Cookham. And when I was growing up as a young lad, there were 13 pubs and one off-licence. Prior to that, for people who wanted a beer and they bought it by the jug, there were beer retailers that you could go to. But now let's get back to the map. You will also note that Berry's Road does not exist at this point in time. Neither in School Lane, as we know it today, the school is not noted because it wasn't built until 1850, and it covers just that small part of the moor that we see at the moment. Grove Farm, of course, was in existence, and Ovie's Farm, which my great-grandfather and then my grandfather ran, is farms. And my great-uncle also ran the Eastgate, and my grandfather also ran Wisteria Cottage, but more of those later. So what I suggest is that you take a copy or a photo of this map and then take it with you and walk around the village and pick out the houses, most of which would have been built in the late 1700s and maybe a little older, because the Bell and the Dragon has been there since the 1400s, I believe. So it's something that you should do. All the white spaces which are now filled in with houses, those would have been most likely orchards, because there was a great amount of fruit grown in the village at one time. So with that, I'm going to say cheers for now, and I hope this has been a little bit of information, and we'll get back to the apartment houses in the next go-round. Bye for now.